Incorporation by reference is a term which is commonly used in U.S. regulatory parlance. It is a concept that you see to some extent in other parts of the world, but in the U.S. it's somewhat unique in all of its aspects. Agencies under the National Technology Transfer and Advancement Act, which dates back to 1996, are directed by Congress to use technical standards developed by voluntary consensus standards bodies and to participate in the development of those standards in lieu of developing government unique standards. So back in the mid-90s, Congress identified an issue with some federal government agencies writing government unique standards, which were not written in public. They were not open for stakeholder comment, and it was considered by Congress to be an issue. So the law directs agencies not to do that, do not develop government unique standards, but first look to see what's available in the private sector. And if and when an agency identifies a technical standard that is relevant to its mission and its regulatory or procurement or policy need, the agency will write the regulation and incorporate the standard by reference into that regulation. That term was explicitly coined to deal with the issue that standards developed in the private sector are copyrighted documents. They are the property of the owning standards development organization, and the Copyright Act deems that right to be supreme. So for a federal agency to use a standard or rely on a voluntary consensus standard, they incorporate by reference rather than replicating the text in the regulation. So that's what that means. They say comply with ASTM F963, and more specifically, agencies are directed only to incorporate the portion of the standard that is relevant for their regulatory authority. So if 2/3 of the standard is interesting but not directly relevant to the regulation, they will only incorporate the portion which is critical to the regulatory need.